I woke up feeling really inspired, and I was actually just getting ready to go out with a friend for coffee. And I just had this voice inside my head that was telling me, "You feel very inspired today." And I was like, "Okay, girl, we're feeling inspired today, I guess. Amazing." I started having this practice of being aware of the things that I've changed about myself and realizing how those little steps that I started taking along the way made such a huge impact on how I see myself, the people around me, and how I live my life, how I genuinely feel in everyday life. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. 3 things that I've made in my everyday life that have made a huge difference and have had a huge impact on. I have them in my notes. I also have my little notebook somewhere around here, but sometimes I try to start writing. Oh my god, I'm doing my lips. I am trying to get more into like actually writing in a notebook because I feel like you can sit differently and it feels different than just writing on your phone in your notes app. I can just reach for my phone and start writing. Sometimes I don't have my notebook right next to me, but with my phone, like I always have it next to me, which might not be amazing. I'm working on that, okay? I'm still working on my phone addiction. It's getting better and better, and I'm not spending as much time on it. I think this is actually this should be the first thing that I talk about, the fact that I stopped spending as much time on my phone. Like, this has made a huge impact, like huge difference. Yeah. Okay, lips done. Now I can talk about it. It's just being more present, just existing. Like, I realized that I wasn't allowing myself to just exist. Like, I always had to be doing something, either work or go to university or do something in the house or literally anything. Like, even most of the time I wasn't actually doing anything. It was just an illusion because I was spending so much time on my phone. But I was not allowing myself to just exist for a second. Imagine like me staying here, like if I was inside my house, I would just leave my phone and just look on the walls. Like, just imagine me. That's how I would be for like at least half an hour. It feels so uncomfortable at first. Like, mind will start running so wild and start just making your whole body feel so uncomfortable. This is what I was experiencing in the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes are the hardest, like the worst. Literally feel your body getting sick, like you feel so uncomfortable and so like, what am I doing now? Body and your mind respond to things that are familiar to it. And because you have probably never done this before, your mind and your body will actually convince you that you're in danger. This is just primal instincts. That's related to neuroscience, which I've also been getting into. It's very interesting. And I wouldn't actually time it. I would just let myself be. It would actually help my creativity a lot because I would allow myself to feel and be present in the moment, feel everything. And there were those moments where bad thoughts would come up, which is normal. Anxiety and so much overthinking would come up. And the thing that made a huge impact on this is that I would allow myself to feel this overthinking. I would not push it down. I would just feel it in my body, come up into my mind, and I would let it be here. I would not try to push it down back because it's trying to leave your body. It's trying to be felt. Literally screaming at you for attention. Like they're just like a little toddler that is screaming and throwing a tantrum because they need attention. That's what they need. Though all of those emotions or all of this overthinking, anxiety, it just needs to be allowed to be felt. And when you give it that attention, they would calm down. I feel so liberated and so free after this would happen. Just allow them to be there, to exist. Stop pushing them down, because you're just it's not doing you any justice, and those feelings will keep coming up. You would allow yourself to feel them. Giving myself more grace and allowing myself to be myself, to express myself more. I did go to a grinding period in my life where I was just working and working and working, and I just exhausted myself. I was not able to sleep. I was losing weight and then gaining weight. My face was so puffed up, and I just felt like literal, like, it was horrible. And I wasn't even realizing how much stress I was putting on my body. How much stress. I'm leaving, girl. You're on your own. I started getting dizzy. I was not in the right headspace. It was so bad. And I also felt really alone, which is weird because I was surrounded by people constantly, but I was feeling alone. But the reason that I went through this whole grinding period was because I was pushing myself a lot. I'm naturally very hardworking and I love having things to do. But the thing is that I was coming from the wrong idea. I was pushing myself with the wrong intentions. Coming from a place of ego. It was just my ego speaking like, oh, you need to do this, because if you don't do this, you're gonna end up bad. You need to do it. Not even my inner voice was on my side. I had no one on my side. It was just like my inner voice in my mind was constantly pushing me. Like, no wonder I felt so bad, because I was feeling bad about myself. And because I was feeling so bad about myself and I was putting so much pressure on myself, I was also reflecting that pressure on the people around me. I did hurt the people around me, and I realized that. I wanted to get it off my chest, and I did end up messaging some people that I knew I hurt. I never had bad intentions. It was just the fact that my mind was not in the right headspace, and it was just me pushing myself and then reflecting that on the people around me. I ended up messaging them and telling them like, hey, I know I did something wrong. I know I wasn't in the right headspace. There's no, like, I take full responsibility for that and the fact that I might have ruined our relationship. I'm not trying to make excuses for my behavior. I have like a little bit of a closure with that person. I needed to have that closure for myself, and I felt like they also deserved a little bit of a closure to understand what I was going through and why I did the things that I did. I started giving myself more grace and allowing myself to feel and not put as much pressure on myself. Like, that also reflects in how I act with the people around me now. I can be myself more, I can be more present, I can give them more grace. I don't take things personally. Like, now I can understand when someone might be having a bad day, and that doesn't mean they're a bad person, they're just having a bad day. That does not mean that I will excuse any bad behavior, because I will not be doing that. If I know, if you're someone that is close to me and I know that you're not like this, I would understand that you might be going through something. You might be needing a little bit more space in this period of your life, because we as people are cyclical and we go through different periods of our lives. Maybe in some periods of our life we lose connections, but then we gain them back when it's time for them to come back. I stopped actually assuming how things will go. Related to the constant need of control. Like, when you feel that you need to have that control in your life because that's what feels familiar to you, like your mind just wants to push you in that direction to have control. That's what our mind does. We don't even know that it's doing that, but that's the natural response of the mind. Just assume that people would feel a specific way. Assume that something will go a specific way just from memory. When we assume things that happen is because we make assumptions based on what we have experienced before. It's not always gonna go like that. It can always go a different way. We don't need to assume. It might go in a bad way and it might go in a good way, but that's like a 50-50 chance. Like if you want to grow and experience new things in your life and learn from your mistakes, you need to be able to take that risk. I would constantly assume that a specific situation or someone in my life would take a specific action and I would know. I would just not take the risk. I am still working on this. Like, it's very hard because it's just the human nature of the mind to push you to control things in your life. And you just need to catch yourself doing that and correct that behavior. And if you don't do that, you're gonna keep repeating that behavior over and over and over again. And you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna learn, you're not gonna create new connections with people. Like, we as people need to grow constantly, because if we don't grow, we will create problems. Those are the 3 main things that I started doing. It's a lot more. Like, I started doing a lot more things, but I feel like 3 it's enough for today. I hope that this maybe has helped you to realize some things in yourself and maybe give yourself more grace and allow yourself to feel more, because life is not meant to be survived. Life is meant to be felt and lived. And have fun, because that's the whole point in life. We need to have fun and live and just enjoy every single day. I hope you enjoyed my little rant for today.